former military officer. I was with the 101st Airborne. What kind of brought me to Oklahoma City was first, I was a field artillery officer, so Fort Sill was kind of my first Oklahoma experience. I knew all the great things that the Y did. One of the things that really brought me in was finding out that the USO had dropped the Military Welcome Center and the Y had stepped in to pick it up. And so being from a small town and seeing that there was something that was that significant of a need that the Y just didn't hesitate and stepped in and took over, it kind of convinced me, if I'm going to put my time and energy into something, this is something that's really going to make a difference in the community. The biggest impact that the Welcome Center has on the community, especially for people who are traveling through, is when you think about the experience that person is going through, that's one of the biggest kind of transformational experiences of their life. It's chaotic. It's somebody being uprooted, trying to get to their basic training, some sort of other training, moving between base to base. It's typically, if somebody's traveling in uniform with all their equipment, it's for something that's a pretty significant life change. They're already going to be under a tremendous amount of stress, a lot on their mind. It's just the logistics of it become overwhelming. So just to know it's a place where you can go and rest and not have to sleep out in the middle of a terminal. You can get snacks, you can interact with other people who are in similar situations. It's consistent across the Y that anywhere in the community that you see a need, the Y is going to step in if they can. And so that's where, when I think about the donations, it's really knowing how it's going to be used, especially seeing something that was so near and dear to me, knowing that whatever I give, however I can help, is going to set the Y up to step in and do what needs to be done in the community. I'd say if there was ever a time that you were thinking about it, now is not only the time to maybe give for the first time, but if you've been thinking about what is a way that you can contribute more, again, when the need is great, the giving needs to be greater. And I think that this post-pandemic world is a perfect example of a time when every dollar is going to be amplified in terms of the impact it can have on the community.